With this particular segment, we are going to have a look at what is coming your way from more of the SMB reports, but also shall be looking at the weather updates as well, weather forecast. But before we even head into that, it's just a reminder that it's a Friday. I've seen most of the Ugandans excited with the fact that this is a Friday, public holiday. And not only is it a public holiday, that means Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but come next week, right from Thursday night.
Thursday is
Thursday night, which will be a Holy Thursday.
Holy Thursday,
Good Friday,
Saturday, Sunday,
and Monday. So they will have Easter Monday. So from Thursday night till Monday night. If you're a business person who's operating in the night, it is going to be a good one for you to make good money. And if you're someone who's good at chopping life the way it comes, it is as well going to be an advantage for you.
Meanwhile, as beverages do money, and as well as drinks, cold drinks, even food is going to as well see prices. Now, the butchers are going to be making money because we are heading into the season for eating, a lot of eating. Then we have those selling palms. Because we have this Sunday is a Palm Sunday. So
I would also want to know how much will a palm cost, because with these ravaging prices.
I remember
it was around
500. From 500 you would get a palm.
And it's a very good one.
Are you telling me this is going to cost, this is going to transition?
I'm trying.
We're going to look forward to that.
That is one of the things that I
You're
do expect
waiting.
Is I'm like, okay.
Russia, Ukraine has also
I'm seeing prices high. You will find a palm at 2,000 or 5,000, and because people will have to go to church to kubensansa.
Atomuntu jamubuza lwaki it's going to say amafuta togalagala
nenga palm. So clearly, these are some of the things that we do expect during this particular season,
and
this season
weekend
of continuous festivities. But during the Easter season or Easter celebrations, I also expect prices to still remain up.
They're going even to increase more because demand is going to be there definitely, and when demand increases, definitely there is going to be opportunities for prices to go high, especially meat, especially around food, around drinks as well. But I'm sure for one thing that would not increase, alcoholic drinks do not tend to just increase. No, they don't. Seasons don't.
Someone actually said it seems.
Because they know their
this
target.
Was someone's opinion who said that ng'omwenge tegukola ki tegulinnya mwagala kutufuga nga tutamidde.
Let us take you to the story.
You know, when you look at the fuel prices are high, but when you look at the beer price, tegulinnya, wine talinnya.
Do you know why? Because you know prices. Everyone is being frustrated with what is happening. Prices, they are dealing with a lot during the day. And the savior in the night is alcohol for some people.
But I believe alcohol already
and then
has
you want to Google in Yisa. Then what do you want?
I believe alcohol already has market. It is actually something, I believe, like you said, they know their target market.
They already know the target.
And it's like 80%.
And it doesn't normally change.
It's like 80% of the Ugandans are already a target market for the alcohol. So,
and they know it is a rescuer at the end of the day. So when at the end of the day, and then now no fool it, where do I go or where do I run to? And yet you're making profit. So that's why the prices remain moderately, you know, there for people consuming alcoholic consumptions there.
I had the Minister of Finance revealing that he last took beer in 1982.
I heard that too. And he was asking, we look at the hotel industry now, how it is faring, where stakeholders in the industry are appealing to government to reduce on the taxes there. Stakeholders in the hotel industry have appealed to government to reduce on the taxes levied onto them. According to Susan Muhwezi, who is the chairperson of the Uganda Hotel Owners Association, says if taxes are not reduced in the industry, most likely, or the industry is most likely to collapse. Let us look how true this could be.
One of those key sectors that are inevitable for any foreigner is the hotel industry, and this is because anyone who enters a country needs to find a reputable place of comfort both for resting and dining, and amongst those key places are the hotels. And this is according and arranged according to the stars, which range from 1 star to 3 stars.
Grading, that's what, it's when you've done the grading and classification that you give these stars.
Before COVID-19, the hotel business was one of those lucrative business that hotel owners say would contribute much. But due to the outbreak of the pandemic, business was lost, though it was not only in Uganda.
So, are you building a 5-star? Are you building a 1-star? Are you putting up a 3-star? Are you building a lodge in a national park? There are different requirements.
Hotel industry is one of the great contributors to the economy of Uganda today, and this is seen in the number of ways, as Muhez puts it.
Hotels pay taxes. Right now we are complaining about how much we pay. We pay over 18 taxes, you know, to the government. That's quite, we also provide employment, especially for young people, for the youth, for women. I mean, we buy food, agricultural products. So the hotel sector contributes so much to this economy.
However, just like any other sector, Muhez says that much as they pride in paying taxes to government, they make a fundamental contribution. The sector is overtaxed, and this has become a strong threat to the owner.
Well, VAT now had been exempted because of the lockdown, but we pay income tax, we pay taxes for lifts.
She further says that the industry is one of those that support greatly the country when it comes to development. However, she appeals to government to come out and rescue the hotel industry.
I also want to appeal to government to continue to support the tourism sector and the hospitality sector and tour operators and travel agents so that we are able to revive this sector, because it's very important for the country, not only that it contributes to the GDP, but it provides employment to our people, and encourage the government to support the sector. And I also encourage all Ugandans to visit this beautiful country that God.
Those intending to invest in the hotel industry, Muhez strongly advises where the business is a key pillar.
It's been quite a busy time for me. I'm the chairperson of Uganda Hotel Owners Association and a vice chair of Uganda Tourism Board. Of course, the hospitality sector, just like the tourism sector, has...
The hotel industry is one of those sectors that employ over 10,000 people annually and also contributing over 7% to the GDP.
Very well, and we were speaking about hotel industry where stakeholders are calling upon government to make sure they reduce on taxes that are levied onto them. Otherwise, we're going to see industries collapsing. But relatively to the hotelians, or this is a hospitality business, managing a hotel is not easy at some point.
It's not easy, but I realize hotel owners have money, make money.
But managing it, because hotel owners definitely is not the person going to manage it at the end of the day.
Well, at the end, I think what they actually have is that the taxes on them are quite high. And with the hotel industry, I believe it is also like a seasonal business, because there is a season whereby you will see when there are a lot of conferences, for example, government conferences or private sector conferences, maybe when we actually, let's say, summing up the financial year, or when we've just started the financial year, when institutions actually setting up conferences, they have clients. During crisis, they have clients. But now, but then also maybe during festive celebrations, like in December, they may have clients. But there are also some months whereby they're not going to have these clients. When people are not,
I feel like they're making money every day, especially of already, I can say, founded hotels that have got a foundation
that have stood the test of time and recognized.
And very well, that's the word, recognized hotels. I feel like they make money every day because they're not missing out on events, they're not missing out on weddings or cultural events happening. They're They've got concerts coming on board every day. They have got their own. And remember, tourists, when they come, they're looking at that particular recognized hotel. Unlike if you're coming towards this hospitality one, if you're a newcomer, definitely for the newcomers, you have got a lot to battle with. Taxes, number one. The arrangement itself, number two. Competition, how you're going to make sure you unbattle the market that is happening already, number three. And determining even your market, because a hotel is open to everyone. Unless the low income earners, but relatively at some point they're going to be your customers, because whereas a REITA can afford a wedding at your hotel, I'm going to bring those people on board. So sometimes I can see the risk attached onto hospitality or hotel industry is maintenance. Because when you lose maintenance, you're going to be out of business at some point.
And that is very true. But also getting back to, let's say, for example, situation of the hotels, I've come to realize that these hotels that are not even dominantly known, or I would say that are not dominating the hotel industry, are having more clients because they are actually cheaper. Because, you know, with a cheaper situation, people will yearn to go there. And that is why most of them have been able to maintain. You find a hotel that you don't even really know much about, but has stayed for quite a long time. And people, and you would find dignitaries of some sort being in there. And then
now that depends in the area and the place, the location of that particular hotel.
So, you know, some people have hotels that are deep, that are not known. More so some men. So that are not known. And once you realize
I was waiting for that statement.
Is actually deep.
I think it's across gender, really, because even a female one would want to go in places. Sometimes myself, I feel like I want to just go in an area where I want to refresh myself. A very area that I'm not, you know, related with, no one knows me there. I'm going to just be free, pour myself.
You know of 17 Day, there's you normally thought of Chad Dondo. It's when I saw that there's another place called 17 Day in Ethiopia. So at the end of the day, you could see that most people have a way they exploit. It's not explore.
Explore their loneliness, their adventures, explore their relationship, because at some point, because it's out there really, and police came out to declare, and government. So when you caught your wife cheating on your husband vis-a-vis, the payment is just 200 shillings. It cannot go beyond 800 shillings as a fine if you're taken to court. So you can imagine if we were to trend such kind of narrativeness, that means the kind at which, or the rate at which people are also going to adopt to these particular places is going to be high. But for a businessman, you know, hotels help a lot in business, because we meet a lot of people, and the one reference that always stands out is that, can we meet at this particular place? And relatively, you want to meet at a decent place, decent area where you will get food and something. So the easier place is, for meetings in business people, is hotels, either restaurant or hotel. So more so, we pray that the industry, we don't want to see owners, please, the industry collapsing, as it is said with the chairperson of Uganda Hotel Owners, Susan Muhwezi, they are highlighting, if taxes continue to be the way they are, we're going to see business collapsing in hotels. Let us maintain, because we have not seen a business collapsing, because there are more such taxations that have really pinched onto some other sectors. So hotelians, hospitality people, at least the economic recovery is on your side. People are walking in every day and by any other day. How about the tourism sector? So we do not want to see any collapse here.
And it's time for us to look at the weather forecast of today's, so that for the people who are actually having their public holiday, you can know how to spend your day as well, depending on the weather updates.
When I'm off, mostly I be wanting to rain. I want it to rain.
So
but for areas in Kampala, this morning it's moderately, relatively cold, highlighted with a brighty morning and cloudy. By the afternoon, temperatures will rise up to 26 degrees Celsius. Evening, they will drop to 22 degrees Celsius, making it a cold night at 21 degrees Celsius in the overnight for the people in Kampala. And it feels like 21 degrees Celsius now, and the temperatures will continue to be higher, 27 degrees, lower at 20 degrees Celsius, making a humidity of 87%. Wind will definitely be traveling at 6 kilometers per hour, making a dew point of 18 degrees Celsius. The moon phase of today in areas of Kampala will be a waxing crescent, whereas visibility will see a 12.87 kilometers.
Well, today's forecast for London, England, United Kingdom. In the morning, 6 degrees, quite cold. In the afternoon, 11 degrees. And in the evening, 6 degrees before it will actually drop to 3 degrees in the overnight for the people who are in London. That is for the people in England. And moving still with the weather update from there is that the high temperature will be recorded at 12 degrees, while the low temperatures will be recorded at 2 degrees averagely. And the humidity is 84%. As visibility is unlimited. Wind will be moving at 5 kilometers per hour, as the dew point is 1 degrees and the UV index is 0 out of 10.
And now we head into for areas of Republic of China with the Sichuan and Renshu County. This morning it's winterous with a negative, and also afternoon temperatures will rise to 26 degrees Celsius. In the evening they will drop a bit at 21 degrees Celsius. Overnight will be cold for the people in the Republic of China and Sichuan at 17 degrees Celsius. It kind of feels now like 24 degrees Celsius there, and higher at 26 degrees Celsius, low at 16. Humidity is 47% right now. Visibility therefore is unlimited. Why? Because of the winterous situation. Wind is moving at 8 kilometers per hour, making a dew point of 12 degrees Celsius, and the moon phase is a waxing crescent for the people in the Republic of China.
Now let's move over to today's focus for Cape Town, Western Cape, South Africa. In the morning will be bright, just the same till the afternoon, but the temperatures will vary from 17 degrees in the morning to 22 degrees in the afternoon. But they will be experiencing some cold temperatures late in the evening with 16 degrees and in the overnight 15 degrees. And it kind of feels 13 degrees currently, but the high temperatures will be recorded at 22 degrees, while the lows will not exceed 14 degrees. But the humidity will be at 69%, visibility 9.66 kilometers. Moon phase will be a waxing crescent, as the UV index will be 0 out of 10.
People in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, how are you doing? This morning it's hot at 32 degrees Celsius. Afternoon will relatively maintain the same at 32 degrees Celsius, and evening sea temperatures will continue to drop a bit, but the overnight they will relatively drop as well, but relatively you'll have a warm night and a very cold night for people in Dubai Arab Emirates at 25 degrees Celsius. Now we head to temperatures. Kind of feels 29 right now, degrees Celsius, higher at 36 and lower at 23 degrees Celsius, making wind move at 8 kilometers per hour. A dew point is 6 degrees Celsius, visibility at 9.66 kilometers, humidity 24%, and the waxing crescent as the moon phase for people in Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
Dubai, yeah. Now let's head to today's focus for Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Ontario. In the morning, 7 degrees, partly cloudy and partly sunny. The afternoon, when you look at the temperatures there, will be quite low, partly cloudy and partly sunny. While in the evening, it will be 5 degrees, and with the overnight 5 degrees, and there is expectations for a shower late in the night for the people in Ontario. Well, also looking at the high temperatures will be recorded in negatives, while the low temperature will be recorded at 4 degrees. Humidity will be at 95%, visibility at 14.48 kilometers. The wind will be moving at 5 kilometers per hour, as the dew point will be 5 degrees. The UV index will be 0 out of 10, as the moon phase will be a waxing crescent.
That's for people in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada there. And definitely, I think now that sums up the weather forecast for the people that you've been watching. At least now you know how to plan your day if you're in areas around Kampala and Wachiso areas. But definitely share with us, how is your weather from where you're watching from?
Well, there was also a very huge concern how Ugandans have been discussing on the issue of the Speaker to Parliament, the late Speaker to Parliament, with the mere fact that he is bound to, when you look at the budget that was made, even the first was 2.5 before it was actually scrapped off to
1.8.
1.8. So when you look at that particular, and some Ugandans were actually coming out to, you know, some were actually giving positive ideas or analysis, the others were actually strongly against it, saying that it's better way for the government to also think about the taxpayers in the long run. But that is regarding people in the Kampala Central Business District. So most of them were saying government should think of you know, developing hospitals. Others were saying government should also think about us, the taxpayers. I've seen this story yesterday with the Prime Edition here. And I happened to also see some of the opposition members of parliament. And you know, when they start throwing all these tantrums to government, they will not spare a second. So most of them are saying it is not right for the government to spend all lots of this money. But when you look at the people from the Acholi committee in parliament would say it's even less because they had to be appreciated because their man has gone. But looking at the fact that today is the final day we say goodbye to a man.
And he's going to be put in his internal resting place. And what I can say there is, him being a third person in the country, next to the president is the first, and vice president the second, the speaker of parliament is the third person in the country. I don't know what picture you're picturing as a send-off of that particular kind of relative person like that. And even from how people have been displaying, speaking about the fallen Jacob Oulanyah, the fallen speaker, you would honestly portray that he has been an extraordinary person. And this fact gives the reason as to why there has been all these budgets, all this kind of planning. Even you, in your family, if you have someone whom you really value that much, who has been having that great impact in your clan, in your family, the burial preparation, the burial arrangement is very different from just, you know, someone who has been a drunkard, just walking on the street. Everything seems to be different. Then how about you picture that onto a national level? And we're speaking about the third person in the country who makes decisions, as Speaker of Parliament. What kind of burial arrangement would you have wished to see? Okay. There has been, you know, unprecedented instances of increment on the preparation budget, on swindles, because some public concerns are arising how some misuse has now started arising, because they expect something different from the implementers on this particular money. But again, satisfactions have not come to pass around there. But all this will come to pass. My concern here with the fallen speaker's burial preparation, as I conclude here, goes to Parliament and how it budgeted. Because I feel like we didn't, as a Parliament, we need to always plan for emergency. Our family plans for emergency situations. I don't know if you've got that budget. You should as well plan for emergency situations. How about on a national level? To what extent do we plan for emergency situations? Because, for example, I tend to think that by the time he was sick, I don't want to say that people would have prayed for him to die, but at least someone would have reason and concern how emergency situated are we in our parliament in case of anything to happen to any member of parliament, not just Jacob Oulanyah, but any other person. What happens? Because I don't wish parliament to tap into its preparation budget, and now, according to Chris Obori recently, who was crying out loud, for even calling for any charitable means who would wish to come and contribute to come out. That was a disgrace and an embarrassment back to our parliamentarians there. So for me, further moving forward, let there be better planning as we plan for these particular arrangements. Let there be a side budget prepared for emergency occurrences or emergency situations, because this in the end will save from you tapping into what you have already planned for your sustainability.
Well, and surely it is very, very right when you are preparing yourself for something of that particular nature in case things do not happen the way they are supposed to be happening. Well, this particular time we do take a break. When we do return, we have a guest in studio and we are going to be discussing what government can do to support venture capital funded tech startups. Stick around.